2-night camping trips always sound like a great idea until you remember how much work goes into getting there. By the time you tow, set up camp, cook dinner, and tear everything back down, you're really only left with one full day. So this trip, we wanted to see if keeping things simple would make a quick weekend actually worth it. We were back at 8th Lake State Park, but this time on the opposite side of the lake from where we had stayed before. Since we only had 2 nights, we also decided to simplify our usual setup.
Awesome. We're gonna have to go check out that island out there.
We skipped the tarp and some of our more elaborate setup this trip, but there was one repair we couldn't skip. We tore the screen on our Nemo shelter, packing up in the rain after our last trip, so it was time for a quick patch. Turns out patching a screen is a lot easier when you actually bring scissors.
It's wasting up here.
One of the biggest advantages of a self-contained camper is being able to leave so much packed inside while we travel. And as the girls get older, our adventures keep evolving too. These days, that means more paddleboards, bikes, and gear than ever before.
Okay with
Before long, camp was set up, the paddleboards were inflated, and it was time to get dinner started. That's when we discovered we hadn't packed quite as well as we thought.
Well, forgot something yet again, and it's a big deal because it was supposed to be dinner tonight. I forgot ground beef. I was going to make a New York style chopped cheese. So what we're going to be using instead is smoked jalapeno cheddar brats, and we're going to mix in some American cheese. And you got to improvise because I got 4 hungry women and we got to eat. I'm going to use the flat top here, but the grate wasn't too steady at all. So we're going to see how this goes. Morning. Man has already been up for a little while watching the sunrise. We had some mergansers and we had some ducks come right by us this morning as we were chilling down there. Unlike last night when I forgot the main ingredient to the dinner, my fault. We're going to be making something super hearty this morning because we're going to the Enchanted Forest Water Safari. So I'm going to be doing breakfast Crunchwrap Supremes. Slept like a rock last night. One of my favorite things about this camper, I sleep so much better up here when we're up in the mountains. If you've been here from the beginning, from the pop-up, you know I have a fear of bears, and every single sound, I'd pop right up, and I just never slept well. So since we've gotten this, I have slept amazing. So let's get this bacon going. Chance of afternoon thunderstorms today, so I think before we take off, we're definitely going to put down the big awning and stake down the Nemo, because I think we'll be back before the storm is supposed to roll in, but just to kind of be on the safe side, I'll leave the little awnings out. I think those are fine, even in pretty high winds. But yeah, we've never camped on the 8th Lake side. This is the campground, and I showed Amanda the site yesterday where the whole bear thing came to be, where I had my first bear experience with my siblings, and we haven't been back to the 8th Lake side since then. Yeah, you're so snuggled up in there. All right, quick little chipotle aioli. So mayo, sour cream, a little bit of maple syrup, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder. That goes down. So I'm going like strictly off instinct here. I'm just gonna trust when I think they're golden brown on the other side, because I want to try to flip this in one shot.
What is that?
This isn't, I'm not gonna put this on yours. Toast them up. Alright, take a bite. Let me know what you think about the breakfast edition.
I'm excited for this.
Oh, what's inside there?
Ooh. I like the hash browns. There's the bacon. Ooh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the inside of the kids' cross section. Amanda says it might be the best breakfast I've ever made. And that's saying something, because I've made a lot of breakfast. They're so easy to make. They're almost easier than a burrito, because you don't have to like make it perfect. You just fold it in. Yep. There's Paul.
Lazy river. Daddy, there's another lazy river.
Good morning. Everybody's asleep. It's damp this morning. We had a great day yesterday. Couldn't have asked for better weather for the Enchanted Forest. It was warm, it was humid, but it wasn't so hot that like you couldn't breathe. And then the best part about yesterday was there was no lines. Like park was empty. So kids loved it. They were getting a little bit more adventurous. It's just so a time capsule. Like everything's the same from when I was a kid and going there 30 plus years ago. So gonna make the ladies some pancakes. Tell us about our, as you described it, our roses and our thorns.
I gotta think for a second. Do you have a rose? Obviously Enchanted Forest. That was fun.
Couldn't have asked for a better day of weather. Whoa, for me, Lucy Lights went.
Time out. How many of them have you purchased?
This is now my third one. Okay. First strand was my fault. I tied it to the tarp and gust of wind, it ripped it. We've had the last set for well over we've had it for about 2 years of heavy use and left it out in all conditions. Anyway, I had 2 sets of Lucy Lights on our campsite and I'm like, this looks wonderful. And then yesterday, woe for me, and then I look and I see half the strand is not lit and it ripped another strand.
Just a sign.
It's just a sign that it was not meant to be for 2 strands. They're dim and they last forever.
They're not.
Yeah, they're subtle.
Yeah.
They're not big, bright Edison bulbs, you know, like, but it's nice for like, there's a lot of roots and stuff around this campsite, but having the site lit up is way love them. And aesthetically, it's pleasing. I like,
to some people don't.
I like it. It's cozy to me.
That was a really broke your light.
That broke mine. So woe for Amanda last night.
I woke up with a stomach ache and without sharing too much.
That's fact.
I threw up.
It
I woke up.
I see this stuff every day, so it doesn't bother me. And Amanda's like a germaphobe, so
Yeah.
like she like that toilet got bleached at midnight. So yeah, a lot of people asked us about the rug. Is it slippery? More slippery than this style rug? Yes.
It's really not,
because
though.
it's 2 layers.
It's not though. Like if I take my shoe, just walk on it. You know, I'm not gonna slip.
One thing for sure is that like when it's wet, it's a mess. But
they all are.
But they all are. You gotta, yeah, we're really excited about, this is our old rug from the pop-up years. The OG rug. It is
held up
nice.
great.
It is nice having something under your feet while in the Nemo, because otherwise it's just
Spiders.
dirt and spiders. Yeah, so we've had some woes with the Nemo. Put a big rip in the port side screen door here. Yeah, that was my fault. I was taking it out of the truck after the last trip. And this trip is short and sweet, so it felt like so much less pressure, like less clothes packing, less food packing, it just felt easy. This felt easy. We're breaking down in the rain again, but whatever.
A rose for me is less setup.
Yeah, we're trying the Nemo kind of right next to the camper so that when I'm cooking, you know, when I'm done, I can just easily hand it to the women and they can bask in, you know, breakfast wraps. I like the rocks and the stump.
Not having to set up a tarp. I know that is really.
It's like a piece of art. Well, my video camera is not working at the moment, so I'm not going to be filming breakfast, but we're making sausage, eggs, and cheese on some bread. We're making some breakfast sandwiches. This is now our second camera we've lost on this trip. The first one was the action. We took this little piece off so that we could fit the microphones in there. Then I went paddleboarding and my daughter said, I'm gonna jump. You might fall. I said, no, I'm not. I did. And the action went in the water. Why the other one that we primarily use is not working, that I don't know, because we've never had a problem with that. So gonna have to get that figured out. I'll probably be reaching out to DJI, see if they want to help assist us in figuring out what's the matter with that. A little bit of onion in there is nice. Nice even distribution. Follow up first chocolate with second chocolate.
So first we're gonna go search for Mom. Now go for a hole.
Look at how beautiful she is for him.
So was 2 nights worth it? I think so. We're learning what we can leave packed, what we can skip, and how to make these shorter trips feel like less work. It certainly wasn't perfect, but we got a full day together by the lake, and sometimes that's really all we need.